if the universe is really 13.8 billion years old, shouldn't there be aliens everywhere? There's either a lot of aliens or no aliens. Either one is equally terrifying. Meaning if there are no aliens, then what we have here is very rare.
Genghis Khan's lifetime, they estimated that he killed, and his people killed 10% of the world's population. They killed so many people, they changed the carbon footprint of the world. That fucking TikTok ban, like, what is this actual law? They're all scooping up your data.
Yeah.
The idea that your data is going to China is a problem.
What does that mean? It goes to China?
It's because China represents competition, and they developed an app that's the most addictive app ever. People are into different shit, and that's what it'll find your thing. It's like really good at that. But it's also like super invasive. How much do we know about like what these other companies are doing? How about when you're talking about something and then you see a Google ad for it? Like, what happened there? You're saying that China has 10 years to go. What do you mean by that?
We now know that they've lied about their population statistics. They overcounted their population by over 100 million people, all of whom would have been born since the one-child policy was adopted.
What was the logic behind the one child? Was it that they were overpopulating?
Mao was concerned that as the country was modernizing, the birth rate wasn't dropping fast enough, and that the young generation was literally going to eat the country alive.
I don't know how the fuck he got up. Did knock him out.
Right. I definitely knocked him out.
He definitely didn't get up in time.
8 was a very long delay. 8! Then he said 9! Jack Reese definitely had delays on that count. You know, he's still a gypsy, though.
Yeah.
And, you know they believe in a lot of things.
Yeah,
you know
that,
right?
I was always trying to knock someone unconscious.
What does it feel like to knock somebody out? Is it satisfying? Does it scare you at all?
It's shocking. And it doesn't feel good. It never feels like great. I would pretend it felt great. I knew this dude was just a little slow, and he was doing some things, and I was seeing some openings, and I hit him harder than I've ever hit anybody in my life. I hit him with a wheel kick, and I flatlined him. He face planted. He started snoring, and he never got up. They carried him off in a stretcher. If time travel is invented in June, we're not going back to April. You can't go back to April.
Okay.
But you can go from June to 1,000,000 years in the future and see what people look like. You'll be able to do that. There's not going to be any sort of structure to life. There's not going to be anything in terms of money, possessions. As long as you could freely time travel, there will be no time. And also, instantaneously, you'll become immortal. Because whatever we have right now in terms of technology, what we're going to have in 1,000,000 years is going to be godlike.
I did challenge Vladimir Putin to one-on-one single combat.
You think you could take Putin, though?
I think it would be an interesting question because he's like good at martial arts. He's pretty buff. I don't know. So you see those pictures of him on a horse?
But what would your game plan be against Putin?
I'm going to use a move called the Walrus, where I just lie on you, and you can't get away.
A pit bull came in, one of those big jack pit bulls, just covered in cuts all over its body. They asked the owner, like, what the fuck happened? He goes, I don't know. He goes, I came home, and he's covered in cuts. I really have no idea what happened to him. So they stitched the dog up, like hundreds of stitches all over the dog's body. Then he takes a walk outside of his house, and he follows his dog's blood. And he goes up into the hills near his house, and he finds 9 dead coyotes. He just went on a tear, and he said it looked like Vietnam, ripped apart coyotes. 9 of them. This motherfucker just went mauling.